Hello 210, my name is Julian and I'll be your host for this Let's Play video. I'll be playing one of my all-time favorite games, Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Heroes 3 was released at the turn of the century on 28th February 1999. So let's check out the modes of play this game can offer us. So we'll go to new game here. We have a single scenario where the player can select from a bunch of scenarios here with different victory conditions and lose conditions. So plenty of diversity there. We also have a multiplayer options, of course, and besides the standard online, we also have a hot seat option, which is very exciting, as you can have your friend play with you right beside each other. So that's pretty awesome. Basically, that option is usually only available to games that are in this genre, which are turn-based strategies, and I'm gonna talk more about that later. Lastly, we have the campaign. And as you can see, the story is being told from alternating points of view. We can play the good, we can play the evil, and we can play the neutral alignment. And as you progress through these campaigns, more campaigns will be open to you. This story is closely bonded with previous series of Heroes of Might and Magic, so Heroes 1 and Heroes 2 with all its expansions. So Heroes 3 basically expands more on that storyline and basically what's happening. It's also related with another series which is called Might and Magic. Might and Magic had actually 8 sequels, and Heroes of Might and Magic reached a 6th installment in 2011 and a 7th will be released in 2015, so this year. So as you can see, this game is part of a much bigger fantasy world where a bunch of sequels were created expanding on the same storyline. And sequels are great for the developers. First of all, they're less risky, and they're pretty much guaranteed to bring in more money if the original game was a success, such as this game, Heroes 3, Heroes 2 before it, since the fans will most likely buy the sequels if they're enjoying. So let's start with the campaign. We're gonna go with Long Live the Queen. As you can see, we have some campaign description, which is giving us some background story, what's happening in this campaign. Scenario description, which tells us what we need to do, and the campaigns also allow us to start with a bonus. We're gonna go with the rare resources, Mercury, Sulfur, Crystal, and Gems, which is just 4 of the 7 resources we have available in game. I'm gonna skip the video because unfortunately we don't have much time. More background story of what's happening here. So because of that, I knew that basically this militia here wishes to join us. So I'm going to recruit all of them. They wish to fight for us and vanquish the evil. So I'm going to go inside the castle. I know this guy doesn't have a spell book, so I'm going to buy a spell book for him. And he learned all these spells right here. So I'm going to go here, going to learn a new spell. And I can reach this treasure chest. So this is one of the characteristics of a TBS. So this game is a turn-based strategy. That's what TBS stands for. And unlike strategy games like StarCraft or Red Alert, where the action happens in real time and simultaneously, in a TBS each player takes its turn in moving their heroes, capturing resources, and engaging in combat. So now that I have nothing else to do, I can only build one building every day in each castle. I'm gonna end my turn now because I can't do anything else. Luckily, we're against a computer, so he does his turns a lot faster than another human. But if I would be playing against someone else, then I can expect I'll be waiting around for him to do his turns just as much as he would for me. So like in all strategy games, there are 4 main goals: explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. So I'm using the hero to basically exploit the land. I'm gonna take this treasure chest. I'm gonna go explore more to the west, see what's hidden in there. I'm gonna take some mercury. I'm gonna take this wood here. I'm gonna expand by maybe hiring another hero. I'm gonna get this guy because it gives me 350 more gold. You can hire any alignment hero that's available in the tavern. So I'm gonna go explore more to the north, and I'm gonna expand my castle as well. So this is another one of the 4x's. I'm gonna go with the blacksmith because it would unlock the barracks and the city hall, so that's a very good strategic move. And lastly, when the player has the necessary army, you will go and exterminate the opponent, in this case an AI. So this game is actually a combination of Aegon and Elia. Aegon is the competitive nature of the game, where there's only one winner and losers, basically. So once my army will be, I'm gonna make these troglodytes go away. They were they fear my army, so they didn't want to fight with me. So as I mentioned, um, this is a competitive game. Players can fight between each other, and basically there can only be one winner, unless of course alliances are formed during the game. Also, this game has a pinch of Elia as well. There's chance gameplay that is present. For example, morale and luck, those happen randomly in the game. Another example would be this witch hunt, which learns a secondary skill. This time I'm getting pathfinding, which is one of the secondary skills. But for example, if I restart the scenario, I'm starting from the beginning, this witch hunt will give me something else. It's not the same. Same with the artifacts. You can see here 2 artifacts, one here and one here. These will also be random, and they can change. Another example, spells as well. Spells are given randomly. So as you can see, we have 7 resources, 4 rare and 2 common, wood and ore, and then we also have the gold that we can use. So part of the strategy is choosing what building I should go next. For example, should I go for the income, or should I go for the army and expand on these buildings right here, which the 7s are for the army. And you can see all your units available in the fort here. So I could have monks, cavaliers, up to angels, basically. So I'm gonna go with the barracks, because one of the strategies is to have as many of these units available, because at the end of the week they will be replenished by the number of growth. So right now I have 4 available, but because I have a barracks, at the end of the week I'll have 4 more available. So when I build my cavaliers, the same goes with them as well. That's part of the strategy. What's unique about this game is also a battle mode as well. So this is the exploratory mode, which is a TBS, but the battle mode is also TBS as well. So basically the player takes its turn in moving their units. So for example, here I can think what to do. I'm gonna attack these hellhounds here, and now it's their turn. They're moving their units as well, and once they finish their turn, then it's gonna be my unit's turn to move. So I'm gonna just leave it on auto combat. Another very specific feature to this game is how units are displayed. As you can see, I have only 1 archer here, but there's actually 44 of them, as you can see by the number in the box. Here, for example, are 4 hellhounds. There were 8, but 4 died. So this is very unique to the Heroes of Might and Magic series. So what is fun about this game? Well, I'm gonna refer to Garneau's 14 forms of fun. First of all, I find this game very immersive. So I'm in this fantasy world where you know, I can use angels or griffins to fight forces of evil, or other good factions as well. I'm fighting against lizard warriors. I'm fighting against hellhounds, as you saw, troglodytes here, gogs. You know, so basically, for players that are into fantasy, this game is definitely very immersive. It's also very beautiful. I love the artwork that the developers introduced with this game. And also, this game definitely offers social interaction, especially with the hot seat multiplayer mode, which I mentioned at the beginning. Because think about it, what is more fun than to see your friend, you know, panicking live and watch his face expression when you crush his army with yours because you are that much better than him. Or if you found a very unique artifact that gives you uh, a lot more power over him. Um, Very few video games can offer that experience unless you have a LAN party, which that changes everything for most games. You also have the enjoyment of discovery. So I'm exploring through the fog of war, and I'm wondering what's behind this here. Like, will there be new artifacts? Will there be a castle that I can conquer? Right here, I discovered a scholar, which he's gonna teach me the basic scholar skill, which is a secondary skill. And also there's the fun of advancing and achieving power. My hero can gain his primary skills. He's gonna increase, gonna gain more secondary skills. He's gonna know more spells. I can see my army is growing and castle number increasing under my dominion. So I can have a lot more than one castle. I can have more heroes, right? So these are the some forms of fun out of the 14 that God knows presented us. Now you may ask what kind of personas this game is meant for. So let's see, as you can see, this is a very low stress game. I can take my time building and planning my strategy. As you can see, I'm moving pretty slow while I'm talking and saying more about this game. It doesn't involve any kind of twitch skills, like Counter-Strike, or it doesn't require hundreds of actions per minute like StarCraft does in order to be successful. So this game would definitely be good for someone that it comes home from work or school, it starts a game, picks up a scenario or a campaign, or it goes online to play with his friends or some strangers. Or even they can bring a friend at home and they can play in the hot seat mode that I mentioned. So I think the age group for this game can be anywhere from as low as as 5 or even lower. I actually started playing this game when I was 8, up to 60s, 70s, or 80s, right? So even an elderly person can play this game if they're into fantasy. Lastly, regarding participatory gaming, I think this game is and is not one of the best, and let me explain why. The biggest drawback with this game is that you need to wait for your turn. So if you're playing against another human, you can expect his turn will take pretty much as long as yours, right? So that can be quite boring for an audience in case of participatory gaming, right? So Twitch and YouTube telespectators might not enjoy just staring at a game where nothing happens, right? So that's definitely a downside. In my case here, I'm playing against a computer, so the turns are very fast. On another hand, since it's TBS, it can allow some very interesting feedback given to the player by the viewers. So imagine I'm on Twitch right now, or where I could make a stream called Twitch Plays Heroes 3. So for example, here I could ask Twitch, what should I get? Should I go for the +1 attack skill or should I go for the +1 defense skill? So I could ask that in chat, or I could make a poll where my viewers could vote on. So because I'm having ample time during my turn, I can take the time to allow my viewers to vote on what my next action should be, right? So let's say they said go for defense, then I have time to go into my castle and ask them, hey, should I go for more units like training grounds, so I build a stable next, or should I go for the city hall and increase my my income, right? So they could say go for the stable, so you can get the cavaliers and increase your power. Generally, you can do this in any other types of games like StarCraft or Counter-Strike, or even card games like Hearthstone, because the action happens right now, so you don't have time to stop and ask your Twitch viewers what they would like to do if you want to do some participatory gaming with them. So this game is very good for participatory gaming if viewers don't mind the boring wait time between the turns, and how the game flow is interrupted after every turn. So I think that's about it for this session. Unfortunately, I ran out of time. So thank you very much for watching.